My relationship with God starts when I was very young. My family was full of domestic violence and divorce and separation and step families. And as a young person, my first experience with my stepmom was not good. She said a lot of things to me, but the one thing that she said that I only share because it led me to my first prayer was that I was, I haven't shared it, so it feels very emotional to say, but that I was so ugly that I would never be able to find a husband when I got older. And I remember I had a favorite book by Hans Christian Andersen. It was called The Ugly Duckling, and it was about a duck that had eggs, and they all hatched, and the one was very different and so wasn't treated very well by its family. And it wasn't until it grew into adulthood that its true beauty was revealed. I remember praying that God, please help me to grow to be that beautiful swan that you want for me to be, whatever that looks like. Help me through these years. And then later, there was a divorce and another stepmother, and this stepmother was a lot more kind. She had children of her own, so we then became a more blended family. All of these years, I'd sort of had a secret kind of relationship with God, even though we never went to church. I knew inherently that there was something bigger out there that was watching over me and directing me and protecting me all throughout my life. And I went to church with this friend of mine. I remember saying to myself, yes, this is what I want to do, and I want to accept Christ as my Savior. But it wasn't until we were on our way out, going to the car, that I said to my friend, I want to accept Christ as my Savior. And he was someone that was churched, and I thought he might know what to do, but he didn't. And he just kind of looked at me and he said, okay, wait right there. And he went and got a friend that was going to college to be a pastor and brought him over, and he led me through the prayer of salvation, and I accepted Christ as my Savior right then. And I went home that night, and I woke my stepmother, and I had told her what I had done and how joyful I felt in my heart. And she hugged me, and we celebrated it together. And then the next day, when I got home from school, there was my first Bible waiting for me. And then I started a correspondence with Child Evangelism Fellowship and learned more about God and who He was. And since then, I have a wonderful husband of 20 years who, through all of our, trials and tribulations of life and temptation and bad decisions, still finds the beauty in me, not necessarily outward, but the real beauty that God gives us from the inside out. We have 2 beautiful children, and not only do I get to be baptized, it's long coming for me. I'm over 40 now, so from 17 to 40, that's a long time to wait to be baptized. And not only can I do that now at Grace Fellowship Church, but I can also share it with my children who both know the Lord now and have made that decision for themselves. So it's a long time coming, and I'm ready.